This week's episode of Cross Atlantic Gaming is brought to you by the Cross Atlantic Gaming Discord. Are you tired of chatting with normies that don't understand your gaming language or culture? Well, hop on into the Cross Atlantic Gaming Discord and get your fill of gaming talk. No longer will you have to talk to Judy about the weather at the water cooler. You can be in Discord with all of us talking about games. A link for the Discord is in the show notes. Enjoy the show. Hello everyone and welcome to episode 50 of Cross Atlantic Gaming. I'm your host, Risky the Kid, and joining me this week is my co-host, Chocolate.
How you doing, folks?
Alright, so episode 50 is here. If you've been following us in any way, shape, or form, you may have noticed that we are not currently live on Mixer. We are probably in your ears, in your car, somewhere that is not Mixer.
Why is that risky? What's happened?
Man, has a lot of stuff gone down in the last couple of weeks. This was the most inopportune time for everything to just fall the way it has these last few weeks. But I mean, just to get straight to it, Doc isn't on the show tonight, and Doc is not going to be on the show. I mean, not in a reoccurring, I guess, every episode way. I don't really know how to say this right.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a better way.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to talk about. He's been here since the episode 1, the inception of this whole thing. Obviously, he's been guiding the ship with the news in every single episode, and that's been wonderful. But Doc is stepping down into a guest host role when he can. So he will still be on the show occasionally, I think. But he's just got a whole bunch of life stuff going on. He got a promotion at work, and that has, I would say, come close to like doubling the amount of time he's not around. His wife is due in a couple months, so that wasn't going to help at all. And I just think at a point, it comes to a point where you kind of have to weigh how much time can you put here, how thinly can you stretch yourself without going insane. And I think Doc might have been getting there. So
I think Doc has taken one for the team there, hasn't he? He doesn't want to lower the quality that we're giving.
Yeah, and it's tough. It's definitely tough. We'll miss him for sure, being here every day, going over the news, talking about just old, terrible Vietnam games, SIA Thieves, Battlefield, all of Doc's favorite things. I hope you guys won't miss it too much. And I'm sure once he's on every however many episodes, I'm sure he'll be here to talk about SIA Thieves and Battlefield 5 still. You think so?
I hope so. And some terrible, terrible Steam games.
Yeah, just the things that no one has ever heard of. That's what Doc had for us.
Or wants to hear of.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, we wish Doc the best. If you're listening to this, buddy, we love you a whole bunch, and we'll if you still want to catch up with Doc, he's Doc H1X1 everywhere. He's still going to be playing video games. He's not done with being in the community or anything like that. If you're in Discord, he's still there, and yada yada yada. Sad times, but pivoting off the sad times.
Oh, is there a special announcement?
We do have a special announcement. This has been kept under wraps. I think we're the only people that know this. We do have a new official third permanent host. Yeah. We have a new co-host, Chocolate.
We have just signed the papers. The ink is dried. The T's are crossed. The I is dotted.
And that man is none other than our good friend, Moosenstein.
What's up, guys? Glad to be here. I'm excited to be here on a regular occasion now, and just can't wait to talk about games.
We're stoked to have you, man. You've been a staple in any gaming community that I've ever been in, even going back to my Risky Radio days way back when. I feel like you hopped into that I don't even know what episode, but you've been listening to me podcast and being on podcasts and being a part of communities that I've been in for forever now. And you sound like Vin Diesel. It doesn't get it's a good fit.
Yeah. What else do you need? Deep, sultry voice and shit at games. So you can beat me at pretty much whatever game you want. Just
that's why you're here.
Yeah.
It's just beat you down in video games from now on.
See, there you go, Chocolate. Now you got a new whipping boy. Still send all your hate mail to Chocolate, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Always send it to me.
All right. So that is our surprise announcement. And we also did want to say we were going to do all these giveaways and stuff live through the Mixer Show for episode 50. We're still going to do some giveaways, and I'm going to start with one right now, and this one is just going to go out to whichever one of you dedicated listeners is the very first person to listen to this and cash in this code. This is for 14 days of Game Pass, and that code is R62MXTVPG7 WVMY4 KHYJF 6CJFZ. Hopefully that works. If it doesn't, DM me and I'll get you a new code. But I did just scratch it off. Hopefully I just set it in the right order.
Just send us a shout out on Discord and let us know that you got it so we know who it went to.
Yeah, and if you're not in Discord, what are you doing? You should be. Or maybe if you're on Twitter, DM us. Do something. The second part of the whole giveaway thing is that we are going to be kind of moving these festivities that were for in episode 50 to the end of the month. What the end of the month marks is 1 year of us podcasting. Moose actually looked it up for us. It is May 30th, you said, right?
That's correct.
So the episode that is going to land on the 28th, that's going to be our year episode. And we'll be doing more giveaways there. We just need to figure out how to sort it out because it probably won't be a live show, but we do want a way to give out some of these things that we've been talking about giving back to the community. Obviously, that's a big deal for us. And as a staple for a cross-Atlantic gaming episode, Chocolate is currently gone tending to the baby. So we're not going to miss any beats here.
There we go.
All right. Well, with that all being said, welcome to episode 50. Another week in gaming. What have we all been playing? I guess, Moose, I have to start with you because Chocolate's gone. I don't even know how to pronounce this game because it's only 2 letters, but Ys 8? YS.
You nailed it.
Ys?
Yep.
All right. Tell us about this one.
Well, I've been trying to be good and not buy games lately, and I guess they had it's called the Gold, what was it, the Gold Week sale?
Gold Week sale, yeah.
And Nintendo had a bunch of basically JRPGs and Japanese games on sale, and that one happened to be on sale for $20 off. So I picked it up, and it's giving me a lot of feelings of Monster Hunter World. So we start out on a ship, i.e. the Titanic, something like that, and we go through place mythical, similar to the Bermuda Triangle, and the boat gets wrecked and we all end up on this island that is supposedly uninhabitable, and everybody that goes there is never heard from again. And that's kind of the starting point of the game, and then it's up to you to go out and find other people that may have washed ashore, as well as resources and materials to start building a community center and camp for you guys to live at.
So do the people you're finding, do they become like party members, a la something like Final Fantasy, I guess?
Some do and some don't. So
okay, cool.
Certain ones fight, and then certain ones are just NPCs that, like, there's a seamstress that I found, and now I can go get new clothes made in the camp. So, but then there's other people that you find, and there's this giant guy with green hair, and he swings around the boat anchor as his weapon. So
he sounds like a cool guy.
They're all pretty cool. It's very Japanime, but I'm having fun with it. You kill a bunch of big dinosaur-looking beasts and all sorts of things, and you collect their body parts to make new weapons and materials. And
sounds a lot like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the combat like? Because now I'm just picturing Monster Hunter combat. Is it that? Or close to that?
It's more button mashy. It's
Okay.
it's basically you have an attack button, a jump button, and then an activator, which will give you 4 new attacks when you unlock them. So basically, i.e. Assassin's Creed, when you push the left bumper, it gives you the kick and like a bull charge, and you earn those things and unlock them as you go. And then those are your like quote unquote special attacks. And if you kill people with your special attacks, then you get a skill kill, which gives you more XP and all that stuff. So it's very RPG, but it's action RPG. It's exactly what I was.
Based.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was looking for when I got Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Yeah, this one probably doesn't have. Wasn't it auto attacking in Xenoblade?
Dude, I played that game for 2 hours and never got to a fight, so I couldn't.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because that game was real heavy on the cutscenes, if I remember right.
And none of it was important, at least to me.
It didn't feel, yeah.
No.
If the story doesn't grab you in the first 2 hours, when 2 hours of it has been cutscenes, then you're doing something wrong.
At some point, they tell you to go visit your uncle or your grandpa or something, and you run around, and all of a sudden there's this like giant bearded-looking sea creature that's flying in the air, and that's supposedly your uncle or your grandpa. So
I do remember that. That's pretty funny.
That's about where they lost me.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Ys, I'm enjoying. Like I said, it feels a lot like Monster Hunter. Not as the combat's completely different. It's not the combinations is how you do your attacks and stuff like that. But it definitely feels, as far as the enemies and the base actions of the game, kind of feels a lot like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, it sounds cool. Are you gonna go back and play Ys 1 through 7?
No, you know me. I don't need continuity. I can jump in wherever I want and jump out, just as fast on the other side.
That's true. And if I know anything about these type of games, it's probably gonna take 100 hours per game, and who's got that kind of time?
Right. And you told me I only had to put 40 hours into it to get my money's worth. So that's kind of where I'm shooting at this point.
$1 an hour. That's how you get your money's worth.
At least for JRPGs.
Well, yeah, that's true. I didn't get 15 hours worth of What Remains of Edith Finch, but that was well worth the price tag. All right, so I guess we'll go to me then. And I haven't been playing a ton, but one thing, and it's funny that this is what I've been playing a bunch of, because this is Doc's game, and that game is SIA Thieves. The anniversary update, we touched on it briefly last week when we were talking about what was coming out, and that was something that did come out, and it has added a whole bunch to that game. And even if I haven't experienced all of it, for whatever reason, it feels like they have like a renewed energy or something for this game, because I've seen,
sure.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been seeing a lot of people on, but the cool thing that happened is that the Meg decided she was going to play this game, so we got her on Xbox Live. We got her some Game Pass for a few months or whatever. So I've been playing that a ton with her, and I mean, really, if there's any game that's not Stardew Valley that she wants to play, sign me up. I'll play whatever gets her into it. So I dipped my toes into the Shroudbreaker thing. That's like the new story.
Is that the campaign? Because I've heard Tall Tales.
Yeah.
I've heard. Is that the Shroud part? Or because I'm super interested in this. I just haven't seen other people on to jump on a ship yet. So, and I am super rando hesitant on SIA Thieves.
Yeah, for SIA Thieves,
Yeah.
everyone should be.
I don't feel like playing the whole game in the brig. So.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't invite this guy. Well, thank God they came up with the whole closed ship thing, so you can't land with people who don't want you there. So a lot less brigging, hopefully. And I don't know. I know the like line of them, because they're supposed to do a bunch of them are called Tall Tales. I think this might be called the Shores of Gold or something.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The Shroudbreaker is just the thing that you're looking for at the very end of this. So you get this big old book that's super cryptic and has pictures and like little poem things, kind of stuff that you're used to at this point in the game, because like the gold hoarders, like riddles to find treasure and stuff, have always been kind of like cryptic and weird and sometimes difficult. Mm-hmm. This was a whole new level. Like I opened the first page and I was like, okay, this doesn't make a ton of sense. Flip to the next page. I flipped through like 6 pages maybe, and then was like, I don't even know where to start. Like it gave me the general region was like the northeast region of the whole entire map, but then after that I was like, nope, we're not doing this. We're either gonna watch a guide and then just follow along, or have somebody guide me through it that actually knows what they're doing.
Right. So basically, they assume that you know the map backward and forward and know what every island is at this point, and so you should
and
be
there's definitely
intuitive to what these clues are.
Exactly. And there's people like that, because I also in this time have been playing with one of my coworkers who I've never gamed with him except for Sea of Thieves. That's literally it. So
That's what you call a ringer, Risky.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I hop on his boat. He does everything. He's kind of like a version of Doc. Like they're the same people when it comes to this game. It's like where they're gonna sail the ship. They're gonna tell you exactly what to do with which sails. If we're coming up to an island, he like knows the names of all the islands. If we're going to an outpost, he knows which side the dock's on. It's all super helpful. And I should be doing the Shroudbreaker quest with him. But
what do you actually do in that team then?
Whatever he tells me to.
He drinks
He's like,
and plays music and stands on the front of the ship and looks off the front. From my experiences playing with him, but
I'm a little more helpful.
That's kind of my thing. So.
I will angle sails. Waterloo is the one that I've been playing with. That he's the grog guy, and that's all he does. So then, like any task you ask him to do, he's like, "Oh yeah, well, hold on, I'm drunk, so gotta take a minute to do whatever." And he's just vomiting on people's faces and making vomit come all over your screen so you can't see anything. It's great. It's a lot of fun.
That's really part of what makes the game fun, though, right? Throwing puke in people's
It's the social,
face.
yeah. Yes, and yes, that is great, and that's part of the social aspect of the game. So what I was gonna say is I haven't done a ton of the Shroudbreaker like campaign thing, but all the other little things that have been put in, like damage to your masts or like the fishing. I've spent so much time fishing because when you're going, which you had asked me if you could troll off the side of the boat when you're going,
right.
you totally can. So that's
awesome.
Cool because it gives you, when you have those like long treks out, you can be essentially getting these fish that are called trophy fish, and if you cook them and sell them at seaports, I think Jesse caught one and it was worth like $4,700.
Holy cow!
That's one of the highest like cost
that's like
things I've ever seen.
That's like a Skullfort chest is about what that cost.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, he spent correctly. A good 10 minutes. It felt like trying to tire the fish out and actually reel it in, but it's not like we had anything else we were doing. We were just cruising to get to the next place. So
they have 2 new factions as well. Is that correct?
Yeah, so the people at the seaports are one of them, and when you turn in like food that you've cooked or like fish, that kind of stuff, you get XP there, and that's the only way. They don't have like quests or anything.
Okay.
And then the last faction is the PvP like arena area faction, which I haven't leveled that up. I'm not interested in that. If I'm gonna have combat, it's gonna be a random combat against someone I probably don't want to fight anyways because they're gonna destroy me.
So you haven't tried it at all, the arena mode?
I didn't go into the arena at all. No.
Because I've been watching it a lot on Mixer, basically trying to farm it because they're giving away Sea of Thieves loot.
Obsidian pack, wasn't it?
And basically, like this week, you have to watch 10 arena matches in order to get some sort of masthead, I believe, or a figurehead on the front of the ship. It's like
they changed it again?
Yeah, I think they change it weekly.
Oh, crap. I need to get on that. I got my 30 for the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just did mine.
And so I've been watching that, and what it looks like is basically, it's not a battle royale per se, but it's like everybody gets dropped on the same map with the same quests, and so basically it's a mad scramble for all the chests, and then it's basically a game of, a shell game of who has the chests and who's waiting till the very last second to turn them in, because you get so many points for killing people. It's like 100. It's very minimal, and then you get 1,000 points or something like that for turning in chests or completing quests, stuff like that. So everybody just kind of plays this waiting game at the end, and last person in with all the chests usually wins.
That's like going to skull forts when you see people at them and you just sit and wait for them to do everything,
right,
and then kill them on their way out and take everything that they just got.
Exactly. But people jumping off ships, they're using they jump off ships and put their chests on islands, and then they'll use the grappling hook from the boat to hook onto the chest and pull it back aboard once they've fought off whoever's messing with them. Or some pretty cool tactics in Arena. So I'm
that's what I was
curious to try it out.
Some top tier players doing some crazy stuff with the grapple. The grapple's also pretty awesome. It makes like we've done a couple skull forts in the last week. So what we do when we beat them is we just put all of our loot right outside of the fort, and then somebody's just up on the ship just grappling it all with the harpoon, like as we're bringing it all out super fast.
Sounds amazing.
It's
awesome.
I've been having a lot of fun. And I think it's in part to the people I've been playing with, but because that game's not great by yourself. I hopped in because like once I got into it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep doing this, and then I hopped in by myself for like a half hour one night, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna do something else because by yourself,
because I tried to grind out a little bit by myself too, and I ended up with 5 or 6 chests on my little sloot, and then a 4-person truck a 4-person ship comes by, and I'm like, oh, I got these for you guys.
Don't sink me.
I usually just what is that where you can just go into the menus and auto crash your ship and respawn somewhere else?
Oh, where you scuttle it?
Yeah, scuttle. That's what it's called.
That's funny. So a lot of SIA Thieves. For me, I don't really think there was anything else new that, I don't know, super intriguing or worth talking about, except for maybe that you can kill every animal everywhere. Not that I'm like into that or anything, but you get meat from everything. So like kill snakes, kill chickens, kill pigs, and grill it up. And when you eat that, the amount of health you get for it is just nuts now.
So just kill everything now, basically.
Pretty much kill it. Yeah, it's a good rule of thumb for that game.
They turned it into the murder game. Perfect.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Chocolate, you hopped into some Strange Brigade this week?
I did indeed, yeah.
That's a Game Pass game, right?
In the game, yep, in Game Pass. I was mentioning last week, and it's been for a while now, I've been looking for that kind of single-player campaign.
Single player? That's a great multiplayer game.
Yeah, unfortunately, every time I go to play it, I've got no one to play with. So I'm
then it's a single-player game, Chocolate.
It is now a single-player game. It is a solo game just for me.
And let me know if you want to play, because I think I have all my weapons leveled up. I bought that game at release and enjoyed it quite a bit, but just haven't played it in months.
Is that 4-person?
Yeah, 4-person co-op.
Yeah.
And it's a lot like Left 4 Dead, right? Because there's traps and there's all sorts of things
there's puzzles. Activate. Yeah, it's... I suppose that the essence is a little bit like Left 4 Dead, but I actually enjoy the British humour. The narrator in it is so funny, and it reminds me of like a Monty Python.
Yeah, or vaudeville, something like that.
Yeah, it's so good. Mechanically the game is average, maybe at best. But I think the narrator kind of makes the game.
I think it's more about the mechanics of the traps and the puzzles of the game as opposed to the gunplay.
Gunplay, yeah, definitely.
Kind of reminds me of Uncharted a little bit too.
Okay, I've got a massive kind of Mummy vibe. The very first Mummy.
Yep.
And it gives me that kind of vibe when I play it. So I'm hoping I'll just go through it, and that will be my single player itch, but obviously you and me will jump on at some point and hopefully get through the levels a little bit quicker than I've been plodding along, because it is a little bit tough, because those zombies or mummies I should say, really do kind of swarm you, and they swarm you hard.
I think Risky has it downloaded too, because I was talking about doing it for a stream recently, so we could all jump in and get going on that.
Yeah, I haven't touched it. I thought it looked really cool from, the stuff I had seen. Just, I am assuming it's one of those games that just isn't as good single player. But hey, Chocolate might prove me wrong. He's done it once before in the history of the show. So
then we're not talking about Gum and Clive, right?
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Oh shit!
Game of the year. Game of the year.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, that's about it for Strange Brigade.
Okay. Well, speaking of games that are in Game Pass, Moose, are you doing some of the Game Pass quest stuff that you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just completed one for last month. I think I finished the last objective on like April 30th. And it was basically you've got to unlock one achievement in 3 different games, and the theme was basically motorcycle racing. So I played about 10 minutes of the following games. Let's see, I had MX versus ATV Reflex, which is a 360 game. I think the achievement I unlocked there was perform a stunt or land a trick, basically.
It's really weird when you fire up a 360 game on your Xbox One.
They look terrible. I almost feel bad putting it on there. And then the second game was MotoGP 17, and I literally rode a wheelie for 8 seconds and then uninstalled the game. And then the third game was MXGP 3, and this is the first one I downloaded, and I was really giving it a shot, but the controls in that game are just so bad that you try to make a turn and all of a sudden your guy just shoots off. Basically, they want you to use both thumbsticks to steer your motorcycle.
Just the worst control scheme
Yeah,
ever.
it made no sense to me at all. So basically, you had to use your left thumbstick to tilt as well as turn a little bit, but then you also used your right thumbstick to lean forward, backwards, left, and right. So you had to use a combination of the two and land and take off on every jump perfectly in order to finish top 3. So I got I think I completed a lap in a race or something like that, or completed an entire race to get my achievement there, and call her quits on that one. But we do need a good motocross game in Game Pass, and none of these are them. So let's go back to the drawing board on that one.
God.
I think that's fair. Oh, vey.
Is it too much to ask for, Tony Hawk on a motorcycle?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
That
That's all
sounds
you got to do.
sounds easy. I think a lot of those extreme sport games nowadays just aren't really a thing. Like the only one that comes to mind is that Session game that's coming out. It's like a skate spiritual
Simulator,
successor.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know.
they'll only tag it with Battle Royale at the end anyway, so, I mean...
100 moto bikers go onto it. Yep, no.
Nope. And done.
That sounds bad.
Actually, there was a mode in that I raced. It was basically, you start with 5 racers, and every lap you drop a guy.
Oh, they had that in Grand Theft Auto too, I think.
Yeah.
Some of the custom games were like that, and that was a lot of fun. You just hear like a ticking time bomb.
Right, or the car in last place is a bomb, and if you make contact with them, you blow up.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
awesome.
you become the bomb.
Oh,
Sounds cool.
I wonder what Red Dead Redemption Online looks like, because I'm just thinking of what Grand Theft Auto Online became and the amount of customization, like the amount of fun that could just be had in that game, and none of it can be done in Red Dead Redemption.
Right, because it's all spaceships and lasers and...
Right. So, yeah, oh well. Hey, Mr. Apex Legend, how's that going for you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did you finally
Did
get a
you-
win? Is that why this is on here for the 17th week in a row?
Of course. I hooked up with some Ox, and we got a win. It was amazing. Pure, fantastic gunplay. I may have only got 1 kill.
Were you
And
alive at the end?
I was, and
More chocolate.
oh, hang on, was I? Yeah, I was. And the random guy that was our third got 11.
Oh,
You
so
got 11
that's
kills.
what
So
happened.
you guys got carried by like Ninja or something, basically.
So we got carried, we got picked up, everything. This guy was always 10 steps ahead of us. He was running forward.
You run into the room
This
and there's
guy
just bodies everywhere.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
and occasionally he'd let me pick up whatever loot he didn't want to use.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, what a guy.
Yeah, it was really good. But yeah, we got the win, and yes, I got carried hard.
Did you
Those
invite
are
him
the-
to the Discord?
I would say those are the type of people you need to hold on to, Chocolate. You better go find him.
Well, funny enough, I was kind of trailing through my list and going, "Oh yeah, what was his name again? I need to add him as a friend." But yeah, it was really good play, and it was very tightly contested. There was one point where I can't remember. I think it was artillery. We had another team the other side of a door, and we were on the outside, and we couldn't open the door. And like when you go to a door, it'll come up, press X, and that prompt wasn't coming up. So we thought it glitched out, and seemed there was something wrong, and then all of a sudden the team managed to open the door, come round the back of us, and try and take us out. But luckily we were ahead of the game, and they got murdered.
Luckily, you had Mr. 11 kills on your team. You mean?
Mr. 11 kills. It was it was so good, so good. It was Sir Mox's last game as well. He was like, right, after this game, I'm going.
Did he go?
Let's get you a win. Got the
you
win.
You don't ever leave on a win. Come on, Mox.
You play till you lose. Come on.
That's right. We stayed up till like 3 o'clock in the morning one time because we couldn't lose.
Yep, I was there. It was glorious and painful.
I think we got, first, and then a second or something like that?
I thought it was 3 in a row. It might have been just 2. rough night getting all those wins. Ugh.
Yeah, so I must be catching up on you now. Risky.
Oh, great. I'm going to have to start playing Apex again so I can maintain my throne.
And one stream should take care of it.
Yeah, got it. Little did you know Mr. 11 is actually Dan Pod's secondary account.
Exactly.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me.
That's how he gets all the free Game Pass for $1 every month.
Yep. Just changes his gamer tag every month.
Mr. 11 kills. Mr. 12 kills.
Yep.
Mr. 13 wins.
Perfect. And we'll end with something I think you touched on last time you were on Moose, AC Odyssey. How are you done yet?
No, dude. This is such a big game, and I am done messing around. No more side quests. Nothing but my Odyssey quests and looking for people to murder. So I have 18 of the 35 people in the cult killed, but then I still have 6 leaders and the head person. So I probably still got another 20 or 30 hours in this game, but I'm literally fast traveling to bad guys and murking them at this point. Just, my skill trees are full. I am just one badass level 50 woman, and nobody really stands a chance.
So the question here is, after you just saying that, is this getting to a point where you're starting to feel like the game's outstaying its welcome? Like if you're fast traveling everywhere just to kill things and keep going?
Not at all, because I'm enjoying killing everything still. The fights are still somewhat difficult, and you unlock new abilities, and I was using a poison suit, and then I moved to flame, and there's all these legendary equipments or pieces of equipment and weapons that you can upgrade, and then also put basically like stamps on them that give them buffs. And so you could literally play this game forever trying to give yourself the perfect build for an assassin, give yourself the perfect build for a warrior, give yourself the perfect build for fire. So there's, the possibilities are endless as far as I'm concerned in this game. And the islands, there are literally thousands of islands that you can explore, and there's little treasures, and there's, stuff like that. And there's sunken ships, and the ship gameplay on it is so awesome. So yeah, I'm not getting bored with it. It just is a long, big game, and I might be ready for it to finish. I don't know.
I would assume you got to be getting there.
Yeah, I think it'll be one that I go back to. When I can't think of anything to play though, once I beat it, just to knock off some side quests or unlock some new legendary equipment, because they have basically they're like dailies, and they have these little green emblems on them, and you get special rewards for those. And then there's a special vendor that you can buy upgraded armor and weapons and stuff from him, only with this green material that you get from the dailies. So they try to keep it interesting, and they're always dropping new DLC content that's supposed to be really good too. I'm kind of waiting for it to be on a sale. I didn't pick it up for $30. I didn't buy the game again just because I haven't beat it yet. So waiting for the DLC to go on sale or something else to grab my attention at this point.
Well, speaking of these long, drawn-out games that are taking us forever to beat, I almost forgot about this one. But I booted up Red Dead Redemption again, which I still have not beat. Well, technically,
you're done.
According to Moose,
in my eyes, you're done.
At this point, I have completed the game because I finally finished Chapter 6, which wraps up Arthur Morgan's story. I just have the 2 epilogues now, which I'm a few hours into. Some interesting stuff is happening, though, like characters from the main game. I don't know if that's a spoilery or not, but you will see some familiar faces pop up in the epilogues, which is kind of cool because I thought it was just going to be all about X character for the rest.
You see some of those characters in the original Red Dead Redemption, right? So it couldn't be
that's
a spoiler.
also true, so I guess I should have assumed that was going to happen. And I don't even know if who you play as in the epilogue is like spoiler heavy. It should be pretty obvious,
Right.
since there's Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, you're playing
The
the prequel
first
to a
game.
game that's already out with a main character. Not
Right.
saying that's the guy, but it could be the guy.
But it might be the guy. What a game, though. I think just playing these last... It maybe took me 10 hours to finish up from where I had left off to the end of Chapter 6, which kind of makes me mad because I should have, I had 10 hours somewhere that I could have spent just doing this. But I did it at my own pace, and I think that's the way I had to do it so I wouldn't just get burnt out and, be happy that it was over at the end. Oh, thank God, this game's finally done.
That's the way I did it.
Well, right, and I didn't want that experience, I guess.
Because basically, after you go on your quote-unquote vacation, the game gets a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
Everything kind of ramps up, and, your heart beats, and, your heart gets beating in certain situations, and...
Yeah, and there's some good stuff at the end of that game, and apparently, which I wasn't privy to this, but there was multiple endings depending on how you had played, kind of like a Renegade Paragon system, and I had played as a good guy, so I got the good guy ending. For anyone that played that game and got the bad ending, I would have been so mad if my game ended the way that ends. I would have broken something, so I feel bad for everybody.
60, 70 hours, or then that's it. You're done.
Oh my God! And if you don't know what I'm talking about and you got the good ending, go watch a YouTube trailer or just read 2 sentences about what happens, and you'll make sure you are the nicest Arthur Morgan you can possibly be, because it's
does
worth
not
it.
sound good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I am gonna wrap up the epilogues. I gotta finish the whole thing, and like I said, it is getting more interesting. The first maybe hour or so, you were just doing what essentially amounted to farm chores.
Yeah,
and
a homesteader.
Yes,
I was like, I'm good. I have Stardew, and I don't like that game, so you can play your simulator farms, and I'll play better stuff.
So there's that. Great game. All right, hey, I think that's everything we've been playing. So
For the most part, yeah.
next up, making his return after I don't know how long in retirement, Chocolate's coming back with a Chocolate's Call Out Challenge.
This time he's mad.
I am back for Season 2 of Chocolate's Call Out Challenge. My first victim of this season will be Scotman. That's right. Everybody thinks that Scotman's from Scotland, but he's not. He's from England, and for that reason, I'm gonna destroy him and let the millions upon millions of people know that Scotman got destroyed by chocolate.
Oh boy, my favorite thing is that you're calling him out because his name is Scotman and he's from England.
What happened?
I don't know. This guy came back, Chocolate. Don't worry about it.
Oh man,
He's a good dude, so.
okay. I've got to see a doctor, man.
I'm glad he's back. It's like the Hulk finding his Hulk self again. When can we
Hulk
expect
smash.
the YouTube cut of that? Next couple weeks at some point, or do you have an official date in mind or anything?
I do have an official date.
All right, let's hear it.
I'll be dropping it the day of the podcast.
Tuesday,
Say what?
May
Tuesday?
7th?
Indeed I am. It will be up at 6 o'clock p.m. British people time.
1 p.m. normal people time, and 11 a.m. Moose time.
Oh, yeah, don't start with this 3 zone stuff.
That's
on
one
my
thing
head.
that did happen when we switched hosts here, is that we extended our time zones even further, because Moose is 2 hours west of me and 7 hours now west of Chocolate.
That's right. You can catch me on the late nights.
Time travel. I'll say you guys
just
are never
means
going
our
to game
reach-
at night together. You
No,
can't.
usually if I play with Chocolate, it's around 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
But our reach is far and wide across the Americas.
You may say it's across the Atlantic,
Oh, Jesus.
and maybe a little more.
Didn't they say when you say your name in a show, you've jumped a ship?
Yeah. Moving on.
You jumped a shark. I apologize.
I knew what you meant. We were going to keep going anyways. I was going to spare you having to correct yourself. And with that, let's get into the news. All right, Chocolate, give me some headlines.
I'm going to knock these ones out of the park. Right, Mixer channel progression. I know what this is, but I'm going to let you talk about it.
All right, so this is a new program that Mixer is dropping. They actually dropped it May 1st, so while you're listening to this is already a thing. You may have already seen it if you are a Mixer user. It would have been tough to miss. But now, as a viewer, Mixer didn't want the only noticeable way for you to be like a contributor on a channel to be that, hey, I sub or hey, I donate, because not everyone can do that. So what they rolled out is a actual rank up system, which you earn XP by watching, chatting, following, and subbing, I think were the 4 ways you can do it. And now if you're doing any of those 4 things, you're actually going to be gaining XP on your rank for that specific streamer. So streamers that see these people with the super high ranks will know that these are the people that tune in the most to listen to them. It gives content creators, I feel like, more ways to also just give shout outs to the people that they should be, the people that are there day in, day out, listening, watching, all that stuff.
Or lurking.
Oh, yeah, this is really going to call out some of the weird lurkers that have watched something for like 400 hours and just never said a single word. Like when your number 1 person is some name you've never even heard of. Like,
Yep, that's going to be real creepy.
it's going to be real weird. For now, this is just on the desktop app, at least as far as I'm aware. They did say it was going to come out in the next few weeks, and so I don't know if that's happened yet. But if it's not on iOS and Android right now, it will be pretty soon here. And that's where I watch it the most. I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah. When I'm busy on my throne.
From the announcement that they put out, they did say that in the future they expect to add additional benefits that you unlock at different ranks. And I think I saw somewhere that they were going to give that type of customization to the streamer themselves as well. Like, hey, if you hit rank whatever, you might get like custom commands or something like that. There's a lot of cool things they could do. It's just another way that Mixer is trying to separate itself, I feel like. And it's the happiest place in the world, right?
Definitely. It feels like it's got a bigger, better community with these implementing these changes. It feels better. I think Twitch is...
I don't know bigger, but definitely better, yes.
But...
Sorry for all the Twitch listeners.
Yeah, oops. I suppose moving swiftly on to our...
next headline.
Our next... Descenders coming to Xbox Game Pass May 7th. So today.
So this, I guess, could have just been at the end of the show as a PSA. But quick PSA, The Descenders, which is a procedurally generated downhill mountain biking game, first of its kind, is leaving the Xbox preview program and coming into Game Pass on May 7th. This went into preview program back on May 15th last year. So that's going to be free as of the time you're listening to this. I watched some stuff on it. The game itself actually it's a good looking game, so it's not like a crappy bottom tier weird game or anything like that. I think it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you're looking for a fast paced downhill scary mountain bike game. You can play in first person as well, so if you want to throw up, that option's definitely there.
Oh, God.
I'm curious to check it out because I downloaded it right when it came into the preview program last year in May, and it was rough. It was real rough. And I never gave it, a second look and just said this game's going to be trash. But then you said it looked decent. The graphics look good on it. So I pulled up a video real quick, and, it does. It looks like they've made some great improvements. So I'm curious to check it out. I'll definitely download it and give it a few runs down the hill.
All right, Chocolate, what's next?
Project X Cloud update.
All right, this is from the man, Phil Spencer. He tweeted, "Congrats to Project X Cloud team for completing their take-home release. Excited to get feedback from our internal teams ahead of public trials later this year." So leading up to this tweet, I think it was only a small handful of people that had, I mean, including Phil Spencer, that had access to Project X Cloud, like what we will all be getting later this year in a public trial, I guess. But the take-home release, I put that in quotes, is just where they start giving a bunch of their internal Microsoft teams access to DirectX. So that'll put DirectX xCloud, idiot. So yeah, this will be more in the wild. They'll be able to get a lot more feedback from these teams. It's just it's a cool another cool milestone in the xCloud stuff. So
I could really use this right now. The Avs and the Nuggets are both in the second round of the playoffs, and I have not been playing a whole lot of games because they're the West Coast team, so they start at 8:00 and end at 11, and I shouldn't start a game at 11 o'clock because I got to get up at 5 or 6 with my kids. So
yep.
I usually end up scrolling through my phone until 1 a.m. anyways. But
so imagine if that phone could be playing your favorite
exactly,
Xbox game.
Or I could just have my iPad sitting on my lap with a controller in my hand and then still watching a game on my TV. That's my ideal situation right now.
You can do that through tablets and computers right now.
Not with my internet connection, I cannot.
All right, fair enough.
It chugs. It runs terribly.
Project X Cloud, something you think you'll be getting behind, Chocolate?
I think so. I just want to see something on the Switch for it, and that will be me.
Yeah,
that will be
completely
me
agree.
done. I think that's the way I personally will play it. But then I've got to start taking my controller around. That's the
Well,
the
no.
pain in the
So
backside.
one thing when they talked about it is that they are going to implement on-screen controls.
Right.
So you won't even need your controller.
Oh.
So
I saw this little
you go.
apparatus that you can attach to your phone, and it literally will push buttons on your screen, but as you push the buttons on the controller. So it's mechanically designed to where you push the X button and a little finger comes down on the top of your screen and taps where the X button is on your screen. Or it looks pretty cool, but I don't know how accurate it is. So I'll have to find a link to the company and put it on Discord.
Cool.
That is my goal now. Apex Legend playing on the
Mobile.
Switch. Oh,
Can't wait to see this.
You're gonna have to use a Pro controller.
100%.
gonna have to find 2 people to carry me.
Yeah, you should have got that guy's number.
Yeah.
We'll find him. All right,
We will.
what's next?
Right, we've got BioWare staff changes.
Oh boy. After our news either last week or the week before about all the Anthem delays and blah blah blah, this is just the icing on the cake for Anthem. So there's some key people leaving the Anthem team and moving on to what is assumed to be a Dragon Age 4 project. And those people would include lead producer Mike Gamble and executive producer Mark Dara, definitely one or the other. These are the dudes where if you've ever tuned into, at least Mike Gamble is, if you've ever tuned into any of the Anthem live streams that with them going over content, he's always the guy leading you through it and talking all about it. These dudes are leaving.
So basically, they're putting Anthem on the trash pile at this point.
I guess.
That's too bad. That game had potential. They needed to fix a few things, and I think they didn't do it in time and lost their whole player base.
After this news came out that these two are leaving, BioWare obviously had to back up Anthem with a statement saying this doesn't mean that we're giving up on Anthem, but hey, you are pulling two of the highest people up in the food chain here on this game and moving them to something else.
Very reminiscent of Battlefront 2.
Yeah, exactly. So,
which a game they're still supporting to this day. So,
right. At first, when I read this, it was kind of like, all right, the game's been out a while, so you obviously, the staff that it takes to build a game leading up to the game is definitely way bigger than the staff you need after doing like live updates and that kind of stuff. So it was like, well, it kind of makes sense that they'd pull some people off. These just seem like two dudes that I don't know. They carry a lot of weight, those names do. So it's kind of weird that they're moving on to something else. As far as the Dragon Age 4 stuff, like I said, Mark Dara put out a tweet that said, we aren't working on Dragon Age 3. We aren't working on Dragon Age 4. I guess
5.
that's that. Or 5, my bad. I just ruined his whole joke of the tweet. Sorry about that, Mark. So I think that's pretty clear that they're working on 4. So Dragon Age fans, you got something to look forward to. Anthem fans,
not so much.
Play
yeah,
Dragon
I got
Age,
nothing
I
for you.
guess. Just pretend that your knight or your archer is in a mech suit. And it's basically the same thing.
Perfect. All right, what's next?
We've got Sony State of Play.
All right, so the Sony State of Play are these little things. They kind of remind me of the Nintendo directs. They're just brief little snippets about what's going on. This is taking place May 9th at 6 p.m. Eastern, and they said that they were going to go over Medieval, the new game, or not a new, I mean, it's a reboot, and a brand new game, which at first I was speculating that it was going to be a new Ghost Recon game because the next news story has to do with a new Ghost Recon game that is also having an event the same exact day. The times are slightly off, though, by like a few hours. So I don't know if maybe Ghost Recon is going to announce it first, but then it's not really a world premiere or anything, so that doesn't make a ton of sense. We'll obviously be talking about whatever game that they're announcing next week, but as of right now, this is just kind of a PSA for, hey, Sony State of Play, May 9th, 6 p.m. Eastern, and hopefully we get something good.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they have, because as far as, I know, they've pretty much, wrapped everything up and closed the doors on this generation of console, and they're working on everything for the next one. So I'm curious to see what new game they're going to be releasing on their old console.
That was one thing that was specifically said in the articles that I had seen was, we will not be talking about our next generation of PlayStation. Well, all right.
I guarantee you this game is going to be on the next console.
Yeah, this is probably just a
It's going to be like,
trailer.
Call of Duty Ghosts, where you go in and pay $10 to get the next version. At least that's what I did. Because Ghost came out like a month before the release of the PS4, so I got it on PS3, and then GameStop was doing a thing where you paid $10 and they give you the upgraded version.
Yep. I think I bought Grand Theft Auto 5, I think, for the same reason.
Right.
It's because it wasn't transferring or anything.
But it didn't look any better, did it?
Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, it's all cell shading, so it's in my opinion, I'm sure it did look better, but
yeah, you're asking me to think back to 2013 moves, and that is.
It's kind of like the Borderlands stuff. It looks a lot better now that they did those the 4K updates and stuff on them, but it's still cartoons.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, so like I said, this is kind of leading into the next story, which is about a Ghost Recon reveal, and I'll just get right into it. So this story starts last year in 2018. This website came up for Skeltech, and if you don't know what Skeltech is, it's a fictional technology company within Ghost Recon and within Ghost Recon Wildlands and Rainbow Six Siege. So you'll see Skel Tech come up all the time. So there was this website that came up, and it was a website that was promoting civilian drone. It had the civilian drone like catalog, so you could look through these drones, and it was just this weird fake website. And then recently, this was updated to say that a SkelCon event was slated for May 9th. So people speculated that there was some type of reveal coming for the Ghost Recon series, and then finally it was today or yesterday, Ghost Recon they came out and said that this was in their tweet, calling all ghosts, tune into the Ghost Recon world premiere event May 9th at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time. I have no idea what this is going to be. Is it time for Ghost Recon Wildlands 2, you think?
Yeah, I don't know. You think that's that, or they're just putting in a whole season 2 or season 3 of what they already have in.
Everything that I've read makes it sound like this is
A new game.
a new game, yeah. So
I was hoping it was more DLC because I still need to finish that game, and that'll help people want to play it. So.
well, hey, if you want some DLC, the Operation Oracle stuff just came out May 2nd. That's
There you
brand
go.
new. It's
Perfect.
got John Bernthal in it, the Punisher.
Oh, nice.
So he's the lead guy of that. And what you're actually doing in that DLC is rescuing a Skeltech engineer. So this stuff's all kind of just wrapping itself nicely in a bow. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that it might be Wildlands 2, or the thing that I've been speculating forever is that we're going to get a Wildlands Battle Royale thing. I don't know if that time has come and gone, but I always said that that would be the perfect game for that.
What if it's a new installment of the Rainbow Six series?
Just in general, it's
like,
Rainbow Six Patriots, the thing that got canned years ago.
Because we need another Rainbow Six Vegas for sure.
Oh, Vegas was amazing.
They had
Love that game.
They had Vegas and Vegas
Love
2,
that
right?
game.
I just remember the first one.
I think there's 2, so this maybe could be
Yeah, there was
3.
2. Yeah, there was 2.
That'd be nuts. I think people would lose their minds if they announced Vegas 3.
Oh.
I will obviously have more to say on that as well. That and the Sony State of Play thing, they're both May 9th. May 9th. And once they said that they had a new thing, I was like, or a new game, it was kind of like, well, this kind of lines up perfectly, but then the times are off by like 4 hours, so maybe not so perfect. We'll see, though. Definitely excited for a Ghost Recon game either way. One of my favorite series.
Never got into it. Bad me.
Well, you got some work to do. There's a whole bunch of them for you to play.
Or you could just jump in at Wildlands. It's a great game.
Wildlands. So, did you play any Wildlands, Chocolate?
A very small amount, and I could never hook up with 3 other guys to play. That sounded so wrong.
That's a tough game to solo for sure.
Yeah. So I need to get a group in.
There's just too many games. That's the problem. There's too many games and too many friends. And who's got time
just
for
give
that?
me my single player stuff. Just give me my single player stuff.
There you go. All right, last story of the night, Chocolate.
Minecraft Mobile AR.
Okay, so this was teased by I think Microsoft is the one that teased it. I think I got this from Windows Central, maybe. I don't know. Either way, there's a minute-long teaser trailer that came up. The teaser trailer had this dude sitting on a bench. He was looking through his phone, and you could see like a Minecraft world through the phone. So when he looked down at his phone, the ground, like the actual ground when you were looking through the phone, was like Minecraft dirt and Minecraft grass, and there was a Minecraft pig walking around. I don't know what to make of it. The only AR games that I'm familiar with are the like Pokemon Go or that Jurassic Park or Walking Dead games where you're kind of just walking around trying to catch things. This kind of seems like it's something new and different. And at the very end of this, it did say that a full announcement for whatever this Minecraft mobile AR thing is going to be is coming out on May 17th. That's the date for the announcement trailer. So depending on what this is, I think it could actually be pretty awesome. Like for, if not for us, but younger kids that are super into Minecraft, if you can look through your phone and you're essentially turning your own world into a Minecraft world, like it's cool stuff, I think.
I'll say, how is it going to work? That is going to be such a test.
We're going to leave that up to the professionals, Chocolate. That's not our job.
Yeah.
All right, hey, that was news. I think we did that pretty quick. Half hour. Look at that. Knocking it out of the park. Okay,
Doing well.
Before we leave this section, though, let's get into new games for the week and some things that are going down with Game Pass. Moose, take it away.
All right, let's start with the new games out this week. We've got Shakedown Hawaii coming out on PlayStation, PC, and Switch on May 7th. It's a top-down action shooter. It's the sequel or the next game from Retro City Rampage. So I never played these games, but apparently they're pretty popular.
Retro City Rampage was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun, and it's got the old school graphics. I'd say like 32-bit, possibly something like that. But it looks like it's a lot of fun, and it kind of looks like the original Grand Theft Auto. Is that kind of
that's
along those lines?
I mean, that's what Rampage reminded me of. So
okay, that makes sense. We've got For the King coming out on PlayStation. It's a turn-based roguelite RPG.
It looks pretty awesome if you're into roguelites, in my opinion. That's why I put it on here.
Yeah, I figured that was right up your alley.
Yep.
And then we've got Life is Strange 2, another one that's right up your alley. Have you been playing this through the episodes?
I will wait until they're all out.
All of it? I'm the same way. That's just how I did the Marvel Universe last week.
Oh my God, we should have touched on that. I think Moose has watched 17 Marvel movies in the past 2 weeks.
I think it was like 9 movies in a week. It was a lot.
All leading up to?
Yeah, I'm caught up. I'm
Endgame.
good. I know everything now. We're good.
And when are you watching Endgame?
I did.
already saw
I
it,
watched it
didn't
on Friday.
Yep.
Oh, good.
So I can tell you right now that I'm not going to spoil it.
I can tell you exactly what's about to happen. Just a quick...
All I can say is don't watch the new Spider-Man trailer that dropped on Monday if
Literally
you have
watched
not
it
seen
today.
Endgame, because it will ruin a lot of things for you.
It's funny because at the beginning of that trailer, Tom Holland pops up and he's like, just so you know, there's major
lots of
Endgame spoilers here. So
Yeah.
stop watching this video if you haven't seen Endgame yet. So yeah, stay away from that, folks. The trailer for Spider-Man does look awesome, though.
Back to games out this week. Life is Strange 2, Episode 3 is out. Like Risky said, you can just wait. What is it supposed to be, 5 or 6 episodes?
I think this one is 5, yeah.
Okay. And the Episode 3 comes out May 9th on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. We've got another Saints Row game coming out.
It's just Saints Row the Third, just ported over to Switch.
Oh, ported to the Switch. Gotcha. So, blow stuff up.
Whack people with giant rubber.
Exactly.
Things.
It's basically Crackdown on the Switch. So if you're into that, you got it. So games coming to Game Pass this month. We got Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. Hear great things about it. I need to play it. I paid
so
for
good
it though, so glad it's on Game Pass now. Wargroove, which is a turn-based strategy type game from Chucklefish. Did you ever end up picking this up, Risky?
I didn't. Dude, the amount
Nice.
of games that they're coming to Game Pass this month
Right,
that
yeah.
I've almost bought at some point is astounding. I love it.
Exactly.
Such a good
Yeah.
move for Game Pass.
Tacoma, another one that's had rave reviews. Black Desert, I almost spent $10 on that last month to get it, and now it's on Game Pass starting the 9th, so same with Tacoma. Surviving Mars will be out on the 9th as well. For the King, which was being released on the PlayStation May 7th, will be on Game Pass May 10th. So basically it's a day of release, essentially a day of release to Game Pass game. The Surge on 5/16, and Lego Batman 3 on 5/16. If you haven't played the Lego superhero games, you should. They're hilarious and a lot of fun.
They're
They are good fun.
the Legos. What's the one with all of them? They just came out with the second one. It was like
Lego Marvel Universe, Lego Marvel Heroes.
yeah, something like that. I played that first one, and it's just some of the funniest stuff in games, especially when you love those characters.
And if you want more entertainment, play with a small child.
I don't have many of those laying around, so that's kind of tough. If I'm playing one of these games with a small child, somebody should call someone.
Well, I hear you can go to soft play and kids hang out there. So.
Okay, well, I will say, getting away from that stuff that we might need to cut out of the podcast at 1 hour and 3 minutes, there is a lot of really good games coming to Game Pass, and Wargroove, Tacoma, Black Desert, Surviving Mars, For the King, and The Surge were all games that I would have bought at some point, I think, if they got low enough. It's just, I don't know. I'm so happy. It's so good.
Right.
It's so good, dude.
Everybody wins as long as you got an Xbox.
As Doc would say, it is the greatest value in gaming.
That's right.
All right, but hey, Game Pass games can't stay there forever, so tell me what games are leaving Game Pass this month.
All right, on Xbox One, you've got MotoGP 17 and also Mega Man Legacy Collection. So if you're trying to grind away at the achievements on either one of those, You're going to have to hurry it up, or you're going to have to pony up the cash here soon. So you got about, 10 days? No, not even. About a week.
Like a week, yep.
Yeah, you got about a week to finish up whatever you got to do in those 2 games in Game Pass. But you could also pick it up, what are they, 10 or 20% off if you buy them?
Yep.
So if you are going to pick it up, go ahead and pick them up before the 15th, because they will be gone.
Also got a couple of 360 games leaving as well, Moose.
You're right, we do.
He's got to go to the next page on the doc.
Yep, next page down. We've got Comic Jumper. We've got Miss Splosion Man. We've got Star Wars The Force Unleashed and The Force Unleashed 2. Both of those games are a lot of fun. So if you're looking for something to do in the next week or so, I bet you could get through at least one of them.
Yeah, and Chocolate, weren't we just talking about Comic Jumper, like last episode?
Yes, it's in, oh God, Games with Gold this month, isn't it?
That's what it was.
I think it's May 15th. I think that's the one that crosses over for the...
So probably the day it leaves Game
the
Pass.
30 days.
The Games with Gold.
Yeah, and it's definitely worth a
free download.
If you like comics, yeah, just play it. It is fun. It is fun. I must go back and try and find my save and see how far I am in that game, because...
Good deal.
Yeah. It was good.
So
fun.
a little bit of time left for those ones, so get them done. And the PlayStation Plus games, we were going to talk or touch on this last week, but that didn't happen because the show came out before they announced them. So Moose, what are those games coming to PS Plus?
Looks like you're getting What Remains of Edith Finch on the 8th, and you're also getting Overcooked on the 8th. They both go live on the 8th.
And they're both very, very good games. Very different games, but very good games. Moose, you probably wouldn't like What Remains of Edith Finch.
Too
a
much
lot of story,
right?
there.
Is that the one with the high school kids or something?
No. You might be thinking of Oxenfree?
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, this is a first-person kind of adventure game. You're going through the Finch house, and you kind of relive their each family members' final moments in life, and they all kind of like die in these weird, tragic, sometimes darkly comical ways. It's phenomenal. It maybe takes up 2 hours of your time. Like if you have 2 hours that you can set aside for Edith Finch at some point, and you have PS Plus, just do it. You'll thank me later. Even you, Moose. I would even have you do it.
I got a long list of have you do it Moose games, so I'll put it at the bottom.
All right. Okay, cool. That's going to wrap it up for new games and some PSAs there. So, the episode 50 Mailbag is also a thing. We're giving you a jam-packed episode here, folks, so buckle up. We're going to get into the Mailbag.
You've got mail.
All right, so we have what amounts to a whole lot of questions here. If we run through your question quick, it's not because we didn't like your question. It's because we're trying to keep this under a certain amount of time for you, the viewer. You are welcome, listener. This first one comes in from Mere Designation. He says, name a game you got into... Okay, we're going to start over on that one. This one comes in from Mere Designation. Name a game you got really into pre-launch, convinced people to get into, and it didn't deliver even with how bought in you were. Reading's tough sometimes, Chocolate. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah. Even for me.
I struggle, but I would have gone with even how invested you were in the game, even though he didn't write that.
I could have edited it on the fly. I should have. He says the biggest example for him was Brink on the 360. I think the easiest one to go to right now is Anthem, because I convinced a whole bunch of people that don't play games normally that Anthem was going to be our next Destiny 1. That's how I sold it.
And how does Blade feel?
Sorry, Blade.
Blade, and then people that aren't even... Like I said, it was literally people that don't play like other video games and had put like 500 to 600 hours into Destiny 1. I was like, guys... This is our next Destiny 1. And then everybody bought it, and then we played for a solid 2 weeks, and then everybody stopped. And What an embarrassing moment for me. I should have refunded everyone $60 for that. That's my bad. So shout out to Anthem for having me have an easy answer to that question. Moose, how about you? You got anything that comes to mind?
I'm trying to think. I put a lot of time into SIA Thieves at launch, more than I really should have. I think it was a decent game, but it wasn't good, and I don't know why I just kept going back. Like, it literally was the game I played the most last year on my little snow globe from Xbox at Christmas time.
Damn.
And it kind of made me sick to my stomach. So, but, you know, now I'm excited to get back into it because there's stuff to do.
Yeah, I'm so happy for people that didn't pick up Sea of Thieves until the anniversary update. Like, this is exactly what the game should have been when it launched. Like, there's a full amount of content here, and it's only going to get better, so that's cool. Chocolate, how about you?
I might have to say Call of Duty Black Ops.
That's just because you can't jump out of a helicopter, dude. That's nobody's fault but your own.
I don't. Yeah, I think I've only managed maybe a few hours of that game. It was not for me. The biggest mistake of my life.
My biggest disappointment's got to be Battlefield 5.
Yeah, who convinced me to get that?
Oh, actually.
Can't even yell at him anymore. Doc.
I know.
Love
but
you.
I was stoked. Yeah. I was stoked for all of it. And then it was Battlefield 1.2.
Yep. I think that's a fair assessment.
Well, it was 0.5, but yeah.
I would also say that this question kind of is just like, it explains mine and Moose's relationship about making each other buy games that we don't end up liking.
Because immediately 9 Parchments comes to mind to me, because I just like to make people buy that game whether you play it with me or not.
And even when it was like $4.99, you're still struggling to get people to buy it. I love it.
It's just my troll at this point.
That's true. If you could suggest one game to the audience, what game would it be?
9P
Gunman
for sure,
Clive.
bro.
Gunman Clive and 9 Parchments, the 2 games of their respective years. Yes?
Go.
Yes.
Gotta be.
Yes.
All right, moving on to the next question. This one comes in from Viva Le Sweeney. If you could set a game in your town, what would it be? Mine would be Grand Theft Auto. Before letting Chocolate say anything mean about Liverpool. Do you have, Chocolate, do you have a game that wouldn't be Grand Theft Auto that you would put in your?
Well, my town is a bit of a village is a bit of a sleepy village, so it'd be some sort of rubbish farming simulator or some sort of get old people to the hospital quite quick.
As soon as you
simulator.
said something, I was like, my time at Porsche. I think that's where Chocolate lives.
Exactly, yeah. Just like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, but British, right?
And I kind of love it.
This place is far too sleepy for anyone to love. But yeah.
All right, that's fair enough. And Moose, I mean, how about you?
Well, I do live at the foot of a 14,000 foot peak that pretty readily has snow available for me. So I would probably say steep, because I would like to huck lots of flips off some of those rocks up there.
All right, I was gonna make a marijuana joke, but we don't have to.
Oh, you want Weed Tycoon?
I really wanted Weed Tycoon set in your city. It made sense.
That's right. Dispensary boss.
And I'm trying to think of notable things that are in Syracuse, or would anything in Syracuse that would be good for a game. How about like checkers or chess, because there's nothing else to do?
No.
Yep, that's about it. Or maybe like college basketball or lacrosse. We have pretty good teams for that. So yeah, maybe just set the no. These are terrible answers. Sorry, Sweeney. Love you. Moving on. This one comes in from Super Catrix. What's your karaoke song? And I'm gonna start with Chocolate, because I feel like if anyone has a karaoke song, it's probably you.
It's really sad. Probably one of the great songs that Westlife would knock out. I'd like to think I'm a bit of a Frank Sinatra singer, but I'm not. And I'm not a singer. So, as you guys know, every time I join,
I would say I feel like your dad jokes at the end of last episode had some singing. So
I think they did. I'd like to think I'm musical, but I'm not.
Moose, how about you? Do you have a karaoke song?
I am not a karaoke guy, but I have been known to sing "Friends in Low Places,"
You got the voice for that.
or "Zombie" really terribly by the Cranberries.
Oh, love
That's a
that
good
song.
song.
In your head.
That's basically when I have had a few dad sodas and somebody goes and voluntold me to do it. They say, Moosh, you're the next person up here singing. And I'm like, wait a second, I don't remember signing up for this. And I get shoved toward the stage and, peer pressure.
Yeah, I feel like that's really how, unless you're confident in your actual talent singing, no one is comfortable doing that sober.
Yeah, that's the thing is basically when you end up doing karaoke, you've got 3 people that can sing and they just take turns singing songs over the drunk girl groups.
But I feel karaoke is all about just being drunk and sounding absolutely dreadful.
Well, that's the way some people do it.
As far as me, I don't do karaoke. I don't leave the house generally, so it's tough to do karaoke unless it's in my shower or car.
I would crush Rock Band though. Get that mic hooked up.
See, I would never want the mic in Rock Band. That is the
you
last
have to be
thing
able
I
to
want.
harmonize. It's easy.
Because I could just hum it if I wanted.
Yeah.
That's true. What if you went up on stage for karaoke and you just hummed instead of sang? Is that acceptable? Because maybe I'll start doing this weekly.
I wouldn't.
Okay, pass then, I guess.
Maybe just try it once and see how it goes.
Okay, I'll do it, and I will. I'll mixer create it for everyone to see.
Oh, be amazing. And you'll sing Barbie Girl.
I could definitely do that. I guarantee you, I know way more words to that song than I probably should. So there's that. Wonderwall by Oasis, though. I feel like that's always something that I will sing and feel confident in singing it, and I will not do it for you here. Sorry.
No.
Next question comes in from Footlong. If I offered you $1 million to headbang to death metal for 24 hours straight, would you take it? Why or why not? It's $1 million. Yes. Does it cause some kind of like significant brain damage? I didn't really understand the question. I know it was a random question to start with, but it's $1 million, 24 hours. Count me in. How about you, Chocolate?
No, I can just imagine the headache after about 6 hours of.
Yeah, that's the difference between 30 and 35, right, Chocolate? Because I'm sitting here saying, hell no, I don't want to do that. Because I was in a car accident last summer, and I have 2 ruptured discs in my neck. So headbanging for 24 hours might actually kill me.
Yeah,
I'm out. My youth and sturdy neck were getting me through this 24 hours.
But if you don't make it, you don't make the money, right?
And then I just have a headache and neck problems for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
All right, I'm rethinking this all. Yeah, I would. You guys are just
old.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Wiser.
Old.
Just call it wiser.
Wiser. More life experience.
That's right.
Yes.
More XP.
More XP. This next one comes in from 10,000 Fists. Who is your favorite Game of Thrones character and why? Moose, how about you?
Tyrion. Pretty self-explanatory because he's hilarious. Like, I actually liked him better when he was drunk and in the whorehouse all the time. But he still is my favorite character in the show.
It's awesome because every, like, arc he has in his story, he's always such, like, he is just the best guy. Yeah, right. I agree. Chocolate, do you have anyone in particular?
Well, yeah, I was annoyed Moose picked Tyrion. Tyrion is my favourite by far. He's hilarious.
It's just the easiest answer. I mean, I don't... Not to pick the hero all the time, but Jon Snow. I always thought Jon Snow was the man.
Right.
That's why I really wanted 2 weeks ago's episode to go differently. No spoilers here, though.
Yeah, don't say anything.
Actually, I will do a little bit of a spoiler.
Oh, boy.
Tyrion has a cameo in Ragnarok, and he's a giant. It's hilarious.
No,
he's not. Isn't that Infinity War?
Infinity War, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
Sorry. I saw them all in the period of a week, so they all tend to run together a little bit. Yeah, but he works at the forge to make Thor a new weapon.
How much did that catch you off guard when he came on screen and he was 400 feet tall?
The half man's a giant. No way.
Oh, so good. Yeah, all right. My answer is definitely not the Night King. He's the worst. Next question comes in from Chestar. If you could know the absolute truth to one question, what would you ask? Moose, how about you?
Man. I'm going to get deep and just... I want to know who our creator is.
Oh.
Okay, hey, that's fair. You've got two big ideas about what's how that all started, so you'd like the real answer?
Yeah, I'd like to know, if it's a guy or if it's a
bang
event.
Big bang,
an event.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mine also kind of had to do with space, but I think the most obvious question here is there other life out there? And I think the answer is yes, 100%, sure. Because just space.
Yeah.
How about you, Chocolate?
You guys are really, really deep on yours.
Yours is going to be like...
What's for breakfast?
What is the next Mega Ball lottery numbers?
So he can add to his gold vault that he swims in every week.
Yeah, just, what's next week's lottery numbers?
Chocolate won't be happy until he has all the money.
I want to be like Biff in Back to the Future 2, where he just controls everything.
It's messed up, Chocolate.
I'm kind of messed up.
So could your question be, is time travel possible? That's a good one.
That would be good. Can I go back in time?
Yeah, I think you can. You just got to figure out how. Here's one for you. Would either of you like to know the day that you were going to die? Just to continue going down this deep, dark hole of deepness. Would you want to know that date if that was the one question you could ask? Would you want to know? Either of you?
I don't think so. Because
I would.
I am a person that's in my head a lot, and I would just obsess about it
every single day.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be the person like etching chalk lines on my wall when I wake up.
So the countdown calendar.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd just rather be completely aloof and not know what the hell was going on. Yeah, exactly. Vaporize me, please.
Right, Chocolate. Why would you want to know?
This is a horrible selfish. I'd go with a massive blowout the day before.
Hell yeah!
Spend all that money, right?
Gotta do something.
There would be ladies dancing.
Oh,
there would be people serving me. There would be alcohol. This would be
So would you be divorced 2 days before then?
You gotta be. No offense to all the wonderful wives out there.
She can't hate me when I'm dead.
Jesus.
Love you, wife. Thank you.
Swiftly moving on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip that one. Just because that person had already asked another question, and that first question was better. This one comes in from Hatton. I think that's pronounced Hatton or Hat-Ton. If you could move one playable character from one game into another completely different game, who would it be, and why? Do either of you have a good answer for this? That's where I'm going to start.
Well, I just came up with one off the top of my head.
All right, what do you got?
I'd take Kratos and put him in the Mario universe and just watch him destroy things and be angry. I think it would be hilarious.
Take the most angry man and put him in the happiest place on earth.
Exactly. Or no, even better, put him in that Animal Crossing. There you go. Kratos in Animal Crossing as a farmer.
Oh, we just destroy. Oh, God. That's pretty good. I like that. Chocolate, do you have anything?
Not that I can shoot that would be any good. No, nothing. Maybe stick Marcus Phoenix in the Halo universe and just see what kind of mess would
you're
happen.
right. You didn't have anything good for that.
I told you.
You should have said pass. Like I'm going to. Pass. Next question comes in from Free Radical, so you know it's going to be something. What technological inferior game do you most enjoy playing? Sticks and rocks? Rocks and sticks? Ball? I think what he was looking for here, and he did kind of explain himself at the bottom, was just a game that maybe just isn't the best game, but you really enjoy playing it, I guess, kind of. He said Vampire was his game because he must have enjoyed the story, but it didn't play well at all. So something like that. Chocolate, do you have anything?
It's kind of mindless fun, I guess. I haven't got one. I'm trying to think of one that I can't.
Or just
think.
like a guilty pleasure game, maybe.
Right now, my guilty pleasure
is Gunman Clive.
That's a perfect one. That game is inferior to everything.
Yeah. Gunman Clive has it all for me. Gunman Clive.
Oh god!
And I still haven't beaten Gunman Clive.
I love
2.
that the next 100 episodes of this show will just.
It's gonna be a fight over this stupid game.
Every few of them will bring up Gunman Clive or Nine Parchments, one or the other. So that's good. It's exciting stuff. Glad you guys.
Suggest you guys go buy
games.
them, and pick them up and play them, so you know what we're talking about.
You can buy them both cheap because they're both on sale all the time.
Yep, Nine Parchments is literally on sale every week.
I'm pretty sure we tried giving away a code for Gunman Clive and nobody redeemed it. So
No, it was redeemed. I checked.
Who took it?
and no one told us.
No one
Whoever
told us.
you
I
are
think
sitting at home playing
I hope you're
Game of the
enjoying
Year
it.
2018, you should give us a shout out on Twitter or hop into the Discord and tell us how much you're loving Gunman Clive Game of the Year 2018.
We need a third party to rule in on this because the game's trash.
Yeah, I should probably just play it just for the sake of having a definitive stance as Cross Atlantic Gaming. I think that
You
makes a
could
lot of
probably
sense.
beat the first one in less than an hour, Risky.
Okay, maybe I'll do it. All right. For me, this is just a horrible answer because the amount of time I've spent playing this game is just real bad. And that would be the mobile game Marvel Strike Force, which I've talked about before, and I'll talk about it again. I'm on a login streak of that game for like 370 or 80 days right now, where I haven't missed a day logging into this game. So there's that. I would definitely call it technologically inferior. It's a pay-to-win mobile game that you just click buttons and stuff. But I have made some good friends like Blade playing that game, so great game. Everybody should go play it.
I'm glad you brought that up because that brings me to mind is another mobile game called Disney Emoji Blitz.
Oh, yeah, these are things that
for...
show up in Discord all the time, aren't they?
Yeah, I got hooked on that game for probably 6 months, and literally all you do is it's a Tetris or matching based game, and it's an RPG to where you level up to unlock emojis that you can use to when you text people. So, since I got the new phone though, I have not had any of my Disney emojis on there, so I haven't been able to share them as much as I did with the iPhone.
No.
Darn. Well, I would say that definitely qualifies as technologically inferior.
Yeah, it's garbage game.
It's up against Sticks and Rocks. Sticks and Rocks is probably more fun.
See, I thought he was talking about what game did you enjoy when you were a little kid that, makes no sense at all. And I was going to say dirt clods.
Is that just where you pick up clods of dirt and throw them at
throw
people?
them at each other.
Okay, yeah.
Especially after they, aerated right in the spring and the fall. And you just throw hard chunks of dirt at each other.
Oh.
That's painful.
It's better than BB
Is that
guns.
how you got your gravelly voice?
all the dirt getting thrown and hitting him in the face just turned him into a man.
That's probably it. Yep.
That's got to be it.
You should try it, Chocolate.
Yeah, well, I'll be out there
Can't
tomorrow.
wait.
Joseph, start throwing dirt at your face.
Yeah, well, probably beat me first, won't you?
Well, my 6-year-old, just about every day when we get home, tells me, "Let's fight, Dad." So you got that to look forward to.
I get the skinny elbows in the chest.
Oh yeah,
at the
my
moment.
kids are nothing but knees and elbows.
Yeah, I love that. So Risky, when are you having a kid? I mean, sorry, we're at questions.
Yep,
Let's keep moving.
Let's keep moving. This one comes in from Viva Le Sweeney again. You guys are coming up. Actually, I'm going to save this one for the end. So make sure I come back to Sweeney's question. This next one is actually from Lidonian. Which billionaire superhero would win in a fight? Batman or Iron Man? Moose, you being the expert of all things Marvel, what's going on?
It's got to be Iron Man.
Right?
He's OP compared to Batman.
Chocolate, you on the same page?
I'm Iron Man all the way.
Like, Iron
He
Man
shoots lava
flies,
out of his hands.
like legitimate, and like this suit that Tony Stark has, even like in Infinity Wars, where it can like morph into like anything, and
Right.
Tony Stark's way ahead of Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne's got to step it up.
Morgan Freeman needs to step up his game.
Yep. That was too easy, Ladonian. Better luck next time.
He's tired. Give him a break.
That's true. Dadonian. No sleep. This next one comes in from Blade. If you could be any video game character, who would you be? Moose. How about you?
I'm going to have to have you go to chocolate first. I'm going to think about this for a second.
Chocolate.
The first thing that actually popped into my head was Princess Peach.
Oh. I'm going to be honest, Chocolate. I don't even know how to dissect what you just said.
No. Can we have a redo?
I don't think
what
we
did you
should.
say?
I think he said if he
Yes.
could be any video game character, you'd be
So
Princess.
you
That
can
was the
get
first
kidnapped by a giant lizard and held captive in a castle?
Yeah, and then near the end, kiss some guy with a moustache.
Just a
It's
random
awful.
plumber in the land. Not even like a knight or
Oh, God.
just a plumber.
Oh, I'm dying.
Yeah,
dude.
I don't know why that popped into my head.
I
But
got a better
let's roll
answer
with
than
it.
that.
Oh, it just explains so many questions I've had over the years. Oh, man, what an answer. That was good. Thank you.
Princess
problem.
Peach. How about you, Risky?
I mean, my easy answer is just always Shepard, so I can go through space and meet all these awesome friends. But, it's really easy to just pick your favorite video game and just throw him into anything. But
Right.
who wouldn't want to be Commander Shepard? Like, the amount of chicks he's been with and planets he's seen, and just, he's the man. What?
I'm going to say Spider-Man because I've always wanted to be Spider-Man. So,
Yeah, Spider-Man has some cool powers, too. Well-
especially that new PlayStation game. If you could be that Spider-Man.
Oh, yes. I need to go back and play all that DLC. I bought it all. Haven't
I
touched it
know.
all.
I have all of it too. I tried to play it probably about a month ago, and I forgot all the controls, and it felt really bad. So
That's
I turned
kinda
it
tough.
off.
Got to go back and play 20 hours again to
Exactly.
get back to where we left off. All right, Moose, did you have someone?
Yeah, Spider-Man.
Oh, Spider-Man. Jesus,
Spider-Man.
dude. You guys think you're old. All right. Moving on to 10,000 Fists. If you could play a game for the first time all over again, what game would you pick? Anyone have a good answer that they'd like to start with?
Mass Effect.
All right,
That's a
you're
good
real
one. That's a
mature,
great one.
Chocolate.
He just stole your game, didn't he?
Yeah, but again, that was just going to be me picking my favorite game of all time and playing that again for the first time.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do too, and just say Titanfall 2. Even though the campaign's like 8 hours long, it was a great campaign.
Yeah, that's a good one. Now I'm trying to think. I think BioShock, the first time I played through it way back in the day, I realize it probably doesn't hold up as well as it originally did. But that first opening scene when you hit the lighthouse and you're going down the elevator and there's like things outside your elevator, and just that whole world was just the best world that I had ever explored when I first played that. I would love to have experienced that again for the first time.
Good answer.
Yeah.
That story is amazing as well.
It's
Bioshock.
so good. And like, yeah, the main like
So
twist at the
good.
end of that was just, I remember that being so good. Again, these are all things that I don't know if I played it now and I've had 10 more years of gaming added on to my repertoire. Like, does it change? Maybe. But from what I remember, that was damn near one of the best stories I had ever played. So,
And I'm sure one of us should have said The Witcher 3, but I am still playing through it, so.
yep, aren't we all?
Yeah, I need to restart that.
Yeah,
at some
Chocolate,
point.
that's the thing. That's what I say every single time I try to play The Witcher.
Yep.
So I've played the
You get
first
20 hours in, and you start
Oh my
over.
god, it's the same thing every single time. One of these times. People are just ripping their hair out right now. I could have played probably the full game of The Witcher at least twice by now if I just stuck with it and kept playing.
With just your Black Ops hours.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to talk about the
Oh.
amount of things I could be doing with my time that's better than that, but it's because nothing's better than that.
True.
Okay, this one comes in from Professor Pluto. Which video game protagonist could you beat in a fight? Now, why are you fighting them? That's a good question. Moose, who could you beat?
I don't know.
Do you want me to go first? I can go first. I have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. The first thing that came to my mind, and I don't know why, but Leisure Suit Larry. That dude's
Scumbag.
like 4 feet tall, and I'm obviously beating him up because of the way he mistreats women.
Yeah, because he's a predator.
Yep. So I'm gonna knock that guy right on his butt. And I mean,
Go with that.
the whole him being 3.5 feet tall, that's really gonna work toward my advantage. So, Chocolate, do you have one?
I can only think I'm going to go big, and I'm going to go against Master Chief.
You're gonna die. That's not a fight. That's a massacre.
Listen, sometimes the underdog has to win. Might not be in this case, but sometimes.
It's definitely not gonna be in this game. I thought you were definitely just gonna beat up Gunman Clive so you could have his horse.
Oh, Gunman Clive would destroy Chocolate. Who are we kidding?
Would you destroy Gunman Clive just because you hate him so much, Moose?
Oh, absolutely. Not even a contest.
I think
But
Moose might go after the creator as
who
well.
I could beat up is Paperboy, and why? Because if that MFer breaks my window one more time, I'm going to string him up in my garage.
Oh, man, that's a really good answer. The Paperboy.
Oh.
What a game. What a game. Until you get to the obstacle course at the end of a few levels, and then
Yep.
then it just turns into a nightmare. Yep. Could never get through that stuff. Do you remember Skate or Die? There's a lot of good games on
That one,
NES.
and then the one that had the surfing and skating. It was like BC Surf and Sport.
Yep.
That was another great
Kings of the
game.
Beach. Did you ever play that volleyball game? Man,
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go get a NES Classic.
Just get a pie.
Or
It'd be
Raspberry
fine.
Pi 3.
Yeah.
Definitely one or the other. All right, so the question I was going back to for Sweeney, he said, you guys are coming up on your 50th episode, and it's here. Hooray, woo!
Yes, we made it. You broke your curse.
What has been your high points and low points, if any, and what and where do you see yourself in our 100th episode? I think this is a really good question because of the stuff that we talked about at the beginning of the podcast. I think it goes to show that things can change suddenly and without warning. So it's tough to say what 100 looks like. One thing we always talked about was have been talking about recently, was the video version of the podcast. That gets tougher, I think, having Moose here. He's got a whole house full of children just running around all the time. That sounded weird. Moose has 3 kids. That's what I meant. Sorry.
You can call it a whole house full.
A whole house full. That's something I think we definitely like to do as a goal.
That is definitely something I'd love us to get a video cast going.
And we were so
I am
close.
too pretty for radio, so
here a little
figure it out.
Exactly. A little behind the scenes info. Doc just happened to be our tech wizard / genius. So
we just made him do the tech stuff. Meh.
So we'll have to watch some YouTube videos and see exactly how difficult this is.
Yeah, it's all just probably the easiest stuff ever. We just never took the time to actually learn it because we're losers.
Because somebody else did it.
Yeah, right. I didn't need to. I think that would be cool. Obviously, we want to keep. I want to say we want to keep changing up the show in different segments and what we're doing, whatnot.
Yeah, not the hosts.
What?
Not the host.
Not the hosts.
Oh yeah, I mean that's definitely not something we're trying to. Hopefully, that's not in every 50 episode. Like episode 100, you're just saying goodbye to me. So you can plan for that in 50 more episodes. Chocolate. What else?
Before I cut you off, changing the segments, having a good. I'm trying to think of some good words. Having just something new and exciting for people to listen to, and not kind of rehash the same ideas.
Break up monotony, not have the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, definitely break up the having new exciting ideas. From if we kill off Chocolate's Call Out Challenge, we will have something bigger, better, and more exciting for the listeners and viewers.
No such thing, Chocolate. No such thing bigger and better than Call Out Challenge. Chocolates, Call Out Challenge. Yeah, maybe there is.
Well, they could be. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we'll always aim to keep the show fresh, for sure. How about high points and low points?
Well, I got to be honest and say today is my high point because I'm
fair.
stoked to be a part of the team.
Yeah, today is a perfect day and example of a high point and a low point. I mean, Doc,
Yeah.
Doc isn't here anymore. Moose, you're here. It's a weird, like,
Bittersweet.
yeah, it's a bittersweet episode for sure. High points. I mean, the highest points are we're getting to know everyone here that maybe we hadn't met before, or talked to or played with, things like that.
I think the high point was the Game of the Year episode when everybody got to contribute and
Oh, that was awesome.
record
I'd
their
love
own
to
little
do more stuff
segments.
like
Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
And I mean, we'll be keeping the amount of the amount of good feedback we got for that episode. Will have us keeping that same exact format from here on out. I think it's a ton of fun hearing what everyone's games were, and we'll probably even open it up to more people this year. So,
Right.
Oh, definitely.
oh, got me excited. So far, there's not a lot of contenders this year, though. I must
Division,
say,
right? It's running away with it
yeah, yep.
at this point, at least.
And we're more than
Maybe
a
your Star Wars.
quarter. Oh, that's what it's
yeah.
gonna be. It's gonna be
Right.
Fallen Order. It's gotta be.
Or Borderlands 3.
That's true.
Oh,
So, I mean, there is some
I think
stuff.
by
on
then-
the
And we
horizon,
still,
I
we
suppose.
still have a bunch of announcements to come out here in the next 2 months. So we shall see what this fall is
gonna-
going to look like here soon.
We are.
Definitely. It's going to be a tough Christmas time. Those games that are going to come out are going to be high rollers, I think.
Oh,
And that's
chocolate! Just chip a few gold coins out of your vault. You'll be fine.
I love how
Out of my
much
bed.
Moose harps on this this beat here. This is good.
This DuckTales.
Woo!
Low points. I don't
Doc
really
leaving
think
the
there's-
show's got to be a low point, I think.
What'd you say?
I said Doc leaving the show's got to be a low point.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
it's
that's
really unfortunate, but he's busy. He's got a whole life that he's got to take care of.
and he's got a whole new life starting soon.
Right, and that's
Apparently.
Macedonian. That first kid will freak you out for the first few months. So
Oh, God. All those weird noises, and you're like, do I need to take it to the doctor? Do I not? Is it okay? Is he or she
now with
breathing?
the third
What's
kid, I
going on?
have 2 fans on in my room and a pillow over my head so that I can't hear the baby crying.
Oh,
Wait,
the
my wife
times
listens.
change.
I don't do that. That's not my strategy.
Smart guy.
Superb.
Yeah, I think that's a good question to end it on. Hopefully, we always keep the show exciting and new and fresh, and we'll continue to try to give you the great cross-Atlantic gaming content that you come to know and love. Hopefully love, or even if you just like it, that's okay too. I guess we'll get there. We'll get to the top of your iTunes playlist thing, something. Okay then. All right, so what we are going to give away for we got a bunch of because we do want to save some stuff for the
Did you want to
One
do
you-
Sweeney's question real quick?
that was Sweetie's question.
Oh, I thought you were asking the other one. I apologize.
You good? So like I was saying with the giveaways, we're gonna move most of that stuff to the anniversary, the 1-year anniversary show, which really this whole thing just needed to get rebranded because of all the stuff that went down for this episode. And with Doc leaving, Moose coming in, we just need to, everything needs to settle, and
Right.
then we'll be good. But one thing we can do is give away another 14 days of Game Pass to whichever person we deem worthy of it via the mailbag. So any questions there that really stuck out to you guys? I think I don't know if I'm picking it because it made us go the deepest into thinking about things besides
Didn't
games.
know one answer.
But chess stars, yeah, if you could know
Yeah.
one answer, the truth to any one thing, that's
I could get on board with that.
That's a pretty good one.
That was a deep one.
Sweeney's, I mean, yours about episode 50. It was obviously good, but come on. That was too easy. We give you enough stuff. Just stop. Just kidding. Yeah. Are we cool with that, Chestar?
Yeah, I think that's a good question.
Yep. All right, Chestar. So, congrats to that. Reach out to me, and you will get your code. And everyone, make sure that you tune in to the episode that comes out on the 27th. I could do the math quick and figure out when that is. This is 50, 51, 52. That's going to be episode 53. We'll be doing more giveaways there. I think we're not going to be able to do it live in Mixer, obviously, but I think something we might do, and just stay tuned to Discord, stay tuned to Twitter, wherever, is maybe just do the podcast live inside of Discord or something. Just something like that, so there is a place for people to go that did want that live experience. You just won't be able to see our beautiful faces.
Right. And
Not yet,
that
at least.
Could also, give another element to the show with some live feedback as well as corrections, because I talk out of my ass half the time. So.
Yeah, that's one thing that going forward here, I think our news is just going to be real hit or miss, whether or not it's fact or fiction, and it's up to you, the listener, to figure out what stories we screwed up for you.
And there's our new segment, Fact or Fiction.
Fact or fiction, and it's literally just our news segment.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I love it. All right, hey, well, congrats to us for level 50. Level 50. Yep, I called it level 50. I really am a gamer, aren't I, guys?
We did it. Woo.
Episode 50. Oh, let's plug this show up. All right. Discord, obviously, come hang out in Discord. That's where everything happens. Discord. There's not much else to say at this point. If you're not in Discord, why aren't you in Discord? Links for that are in the show notes. If you'd like to support us with your hard-earned money, you can head on over to patreon.com/CAG podcast. The Patreon episode is actually this upcoming episode, so if you'd still like to get in on our game drawing, there's still some time left to do that. If you'd like to keep up to date on the socials, we are on Twitter and Instagram at CAG Podcast. If you need to reach out to us via email for anything, cagpodcast@gmail.com. And we also have crossatlanticgaming.com, which has links to literally all of that stuff. So go check out all those things. Why not? You're not doing anything else. You're just sitting here listening to us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do it.
With your phone in your hand, do it. Do it.
If you want to reach out to me, I am at Raceky the Kid everywhere. Chocolate, how about you?
I am Chocolate Bear 80 everywhere.
And Moose, how about you?
Moosenstein 8314 in most places. Just come to Discord and I can steer you in the right direction.
All right, easy enough. Thanks again to Moose for deciding to hop into this crazy podcasting world with us. You had some experience as a guest host, but it'll be cool doing this week in and week out with you. I'm pretty pumped.
I appreciate you guys thinking of me. It's a real honor.
Glad to have you aboard.
And with that, thank you everyone for tuning into this week's episode of Cross Atlantic Gaming. We'll catch you guys next week for an all new episode. Goodbye.
See ya.
Later. Hey, Chocolate, how come a nose can't be 12 inches?
I have no idea.
That'd be a foot.
Oh, you got him good.
That's the best I got.
I mean, that was good, Chocolate. What do you got?
I've got nothing because I didn't come prepared. Oh, what do you get from a pampered cow?
What?
Spoiled
Oh,
milk.
God. That's the
dreadful.
perfect chocolate joke. You should never tell another joke again.
I don't know if we've done this one before, but it's pretty good. Today my son asked, "Can I have a bookmark?" And I burst into tears. 11 years old and he still doesn't know my name is Brian.
Stupid kid.
We have done that one.
Have we? Oh, that's a good one to rehash, though. 50 episodes, and that's my favorite one, apparently.
Oh. What do you call an illegally parked frog?
No idea.
Oh, God. Toad.
Oh, God, Chocolate. You don't read the punchlines before you start saying these things?
No, I just think I just roll it.
I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down.
Jeez. What's a pepper that won't leave you alone?
Oh, go on.
Jalapeno business.
Oh, boy. And with that, thanks, everybody, for sticking around for these dad jokes to the end. You're our favorite. Goodbye.